Welcome back to Journals for Life, friends. Can you believe it's December? Let's set up our first December page using the Notebook Assembly Classic Collage Notebook. Now, I printed the full bundle of magical printables so they would be ready to go, and I have already pre-selected my cards and where I wanted them to go. I made sure that my photos fit, and then now I'm going to glue down each of the boxes to where I want them to go. I like to glue them all down and then go back and add the photos and embellish. I lay them all out just to make sure that the colors work, and this is the combination that I decided to use for today's layout. So I had this really cute picture of my dog hanging out while we decorated. So I cut it down to fit right inside that tag. That tag is a 3x4 card in the full bundle. And I just wanted to kind of trim it up and make it look like it's part of the card. I'll move it on to the right page. There are several 3x4 or 4x3 papers, or cards, I should say, but they're made just to be plain cards or papers for you to have a background for some of your photos. So this candy cane stripe is one of them. I love these little 2x2 cards. You can make just cute little mini photos, palettes, little stamped whatever in these little 2x2 squares and have a lot of interest on your page. So now I've glued down all of my cards and I've decided I like this layout, and I'm going to stamp this little box with a 1 for December the 1st. And I decided on this cute 6x8 Lillian Curly Q stamp set. The stamp is kind of thin. It's a small profile, so later on, since there's so much white space, I'm definitely going to cheer up that little 2x2 card and give it a little bit more interest with some stamps and the Christmas baubles you see on the right. I knew on this Journals for Life Weekend Wheel 6x8 stamp that I had a couple trees. I use those all the time for different layouts for travel and Christmas, so I grabbed them out, and some Distress Oxide. These great inks are perfect for quick stamping. It's so hard to get wrong. And then you see me stamping here. I didn't get good coverage a couple times, and then in a minute I realized that there's a bubble in the book. And grab my Journals for Life stamp foam pad. I should have did that in the beginning, but I grabbed it and then I just re-stamped over it to make sure that I got good coverage on the trees. You notice that I stamped the lighter color first, and then the darker color second in the front. You always want to do that. Stamp the lighter first in the background and then the darker on top. This Journals for Life Basics volume, I think that's volume 1, is perfect for getting little small details. I have Journal Basics volume 1, volume 2, and 3. They each have different small embellishments, and I'm using this hexagon sequin scatter stamp and then this cute little 3-dot stamp. When I first made these stamps a couple years ago and came out with this series, lots of people told me that they were tiny little stamps. And that's right. They're small stamps to get into these small little spaces. They're made for journals. They're made for adding interest. So yes, there's a lot that comes on that little 4x4 canvas. You get a couple stars, a couple dots, some of the sequin scatters, little stitch loops, and all kinds of things. And that series of stamps is just made to be able to add little bits of interest to your journal pages or cards and fit and be right sized for your journal. So now I'm pulling out the Peppermint Kisses Vicky Bouton journal die cuts. It's a journal series, and I have tons of those in shop if you would like to go grab a pack and add it on. It's also in the Magical Travel Notebook Kit if you subscribe to that or received that back in November of 2023. There is a pack included in that kit. So I had a pack and I had a few pieces left. I love these banners. I think they're fantastic. They make quick little titles on all your photos. So I picked out 4 that I thought went really well with this whole trim the tree, deck the halls, decorating the house on the 1st of December. So these Christmas Spectacular baubles are by 49 in Market. I do have some of those in shop too. And I'm just grabbing a few out to add nice flat interest. I try not to make my books too bulky since it's on a spiral. The spiral is a little bit wider to accommodate several pages, so it won't kind of flare out when you're done with it. But I just try to scrap real flat by using stamps and by using enamel dots and other small baubles just to kind of keep the profile of the book small. So I decided that number 1 needed a couple little bit more stamps to make it interesting. And I had this tab. I didn't want to use it folded over. I just wanted to use one side. So I cut it in half and I decided on this green one so I could stamp on it and then put something on the left, some type of embellishment. I knew I had some type of Christmas sentiment on this weekend wheel stamp, and it says Happy Holidays in a typewriter font. So since I had that out already, I used what I had out, and it says Happy Holidays. You can use any small little Christmas stamp or sentiment. And I just think that's really cute. It tops off the picture really well, and I'm going to find a bauble that works. I think I end up with a red heart. Yep. To bring in the red from the left side of the page. So now it's time for journaling, and I have 3 or 4 fountain pens. I love fountain pens. I like a broad nib. If I could write with a Sharpie all day, I'd probably write with a Sharpie. So I tested the ink and I decided I liked this color ink and the way this ink flowed. So I am journaling what we did and how we decked the halls on this wonderful first day of Christmas. This is the most important part to me, is to leave some space to be able to tell the stories. And I also like these little micro stories, these cards or lists. You could tell a little bit more details by using them. So what gives me joy? And I just wrote 5 things that give me joy. December. I love December. Family, my pups, this fireplace. We live in Florida. It's fake, but it gives me joy. And of course, coffee. Can't leave coffee off the list. This banner, A Beautiful Sight from the Vicky Bouton Peppermint Kisses, is perfect for this card, saying a beautiful sight, because I love walking into the living room and it's just beautifully decorated for Christmas. So I'll talk a little bit about that on this journal card that says Trim the Tree. And then that's it. I call that a wrap. And this makes me happy just looking at it. Bye, friends.